thing.
Rob.
Oh, hi, Rob.
What's going on, dog?
Rob, it's us.
Come on, man. What's
Rob,
up?
Rob, y'all know us.
Just be straight with us, Rob. What's going on?
Rob, just tell us what's going on. Here's the
Shoot it
show.
straight.
All right, you got the timer?
Oh, shit. Okay.
It's been going good. I think whatever we did last week worked.
Okay. Also, don't freak out that there hasn't been a Q&A posted. We're doing it later.
Oh, yeah. We're always
Okay,
freaking
I'm ready.
out.
Ready when you are.
Here's the show. Hey, do you watch wrestling? Ooh, you watch wrestling? Greetings. Righteous salutations. Well, hello there. Friends, we're doing it again. It is the greatest place in the world for us to be, the We Watch Wrestling podcast. I'm your wonderful darling, redheaded bearded host, Matt Base Wrestling McCarthy. With me, always professional wrestling encyclopedia, Mr. Vince Averill.
Ooh, Matty McSee, what's cracking, dog? I want to say right off the top, dude, you know where it's going to be March 4th. You know it's a Saturday. You know it's San Francisco. Are you going to San Francisco? Then meet us over there, man, because that's where we're doing a show on the afternoon of March 4th. It's a Saturday. We'd love to see everybody. We're going to have so much fun. That's right. That's
March 4th.
And
You'd
we're
have to
doing
go
it
all the
at
way
neck
back.
of the woods.
You'd have to go all the way back to the Bible to find 4 individuals that caused so much destruction, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
So get over to our social media or take your fine ass to thehardtimes.net/live-events and get yourself a ticket.
That's right.
Don't get shut out. Come hang out. We got some special merch as we always do. It's all we do.
It's all we do is give and give.
And if you don't have your hats yet, you're going to want to get over to WeWatchWrestlingPodcast.BigCartel.com. A couple of snapbacks left. A couple of stocking caps left. Don't get left out in the cold, the heat, the sun, the wind.
And everything you've just heard, there are links in the description of the show you're listening to right now.
That's right. So God damn it,
that's right.
Maddie.
And if you see us out on the street, we'll have QR codes with us. You can just
Maddie's got a big he's really pumping this QR code idea. He is in for QR codes.
It's become a bit at this point where I'm like, Vince, you know what we need? QR codes.
Maybe we need to make a shirt with a QR code on it. We'll just wear it around.
And it
QR code on the sorry.
No, what?
QR code on the fucking seat in front of me at the Alamo Dome didn't work for ordering food. I saw other people getting shit delivered. I kept trying to take a picture of the QR code.
Well, that one also, it looked scratched off. It looked like half, like
yours was completely scratched.
Mine
off.
was completely gone. Luckily, what match? It was as soon as Cody won the Rumble, I was out of my chair. I ran to the bathroom, which was empty, and then I ran over to the concession, which was also empty. Like it was, I went up there. The concourse was a ghost town. I'm like, you dummies!
You were running around like fucking the end of Sound of Music, dude, just spinning your arms and shit. I was told. That's what I heard.
Right.
I didn't. Yeah.
I ran the length of the Astrodome.
The concourse is alive.
That's right. It's a Wonderful Life. I was just like, Merry Christmas, Wexel's Pretzels.
Yeah, it occurred to me last night as the Code Master walked his ass down to the ring for Raw that it's John Cena again, but the dudes are on board. He's a pickup truck instead of a sports car or something. The ladies and the kids, or however it came together. It's okay that Cody is this like same style of, aw shucks, you just gotta work as hard as you can, and if you just believe, things will work out, and eventually he'll have his own book of uplifting shit like John.
Well, here's what's interesting is because we were trying to sort it out. Like the conversation kept coming up of like, when did this happen? When did all this like Cody love happen? Because I was like, well, is it just he left, went to the other company, started the other company in some respects, and then he's the first person to jump ship back?
Right, but it also
And the question was, is how many of those people watch or are even aware of AEW? I
well,
don't know.
it negates this like AEW is this niche thing and WWE has all these, you know,
Yeah.
casual fans, whatever. It negates that when all of a sudden, because he just returns at WrestleMania, like he gets the gigantic pop, and then all of a sudden they can't fucking keep his merch stocked. Like I just don't know, yeah, what the point is or how it comes together that he, you know, becomes this incarnation as far as popularity and all that, you know.
It is funny too, the crossover of the non-wrestling fan. I don't know that he has like a standard shirt, like a Bullet Club shirt that like, you know, like Anise was talking about. Was it Anise or somebody was talking about like, you know, seeing somebody in a Bullet Club shirt and trying to too sweet them, and the guy was like, "Oh, I don't watch wrestling. What the fuck you?" And it's like, "Oh, you just love bullets."
Mm.
You know, because you think of that tweet that somebody put up of the back window of a pickup truck with the Cody neck tattoo and American Nightmare, and it's like, what's the over under that this person even watches wrestling?
Well, that's now. But I'm just trying to figure out how at the point he
When he
walks
came
out in
back,
Dallas,
yeah,
he just gets rocketed, and not by WWE, but by just the fucking
the people.
public consensus. And on one hand, you know,
Is
I
it
get that,
because
like,
there's more than one royal family in professional wrestling?
it's probably part of that, and it's also partly because, you know, some dudes just want to fucking you know, stand up an extra couple of minutes for the national anthem or whatever, you know. It's like, oh, this guy does it right, loves his goddamn country, and he loves fucking going to work every day,
Yeah.
and he's not going to complain about it. He's just going to fucking do what needs to be done, and I love him. But he can't fucking sell. I watched that fucking match with Finn Balor last night, and I was like, motherfucker, this guy is not good.
It's selling.
He's not good at selling. I'm not even saying he's bad. Like and I sometimes like
Is
I'm
it
not
that he's
like
bad at selling or he doesn't sell?
he's bad at it. And I am not like vehemently against Cody Rhodes at this point. Like I'm not like, fuck this. Like I've got time to be like, okay, like what's up? And I was like, okay, cool. This is a match. We've never seen this match. And I sometimes think like, oh, Cody is like, I'm not even saying he's a bad wrestler, but like him and Roman in the main event of Mania, it's like, you know, he had that great match with his brother. He's had some pretty good matches, but like, watch him sell. Watch him sell. That's all.
Okay. I've never thought about it. I mean, he's definitely a dude that he has his, you know, he gets his shit in. He's going to do this. He's going to do that.
No problem.
No problem with that. I thought it was interesting too, from a storyline perspective of like this, we're telling the story, but we're not telling the story. This thing that WWE does, like with Bullet Club guys, where they come within an inch of acknowledging
Yeah.
the Bullet Club exists.
Yeah.
That, you know, AJ's in the OC club and Balor has his Judgment Day crew, and they're basically, you know, they might as well too sweet. But then when Cody and Balor face off, that Balor's like, you know, you ripped me off. And I was like, it's one of those things where I was like, I forget all of that Bullet Club stuff with Cody.
Yeah.
But my God, how entertaining it was at the time. What
I do like some of the stuff he does. Like I like some of his like transitions to me are very like kind of, it feels like I'm watching Superstars. You know, like there's something about some of the stuff he does that feels like old school wrestling to me, which I do like.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, I don't see him as like a big match wrestler at this point.
Well,
but
he would disagree.
Of course. And other people would too, and that's fine. That's what the fuck this is.
Well, what's interesting too is getting to see it from the beginning with this in mind of are we are we playing 3D chess again, or is he fourth dimensional chess, or is he oblivious, or has times just changed? I guess what I'm trying to say is this, okay? He comes back, he's the surprise match against Seth Rollins,
Mhm.
which he wins, and then Seth Rollins complains, I wasn't prepared for this. I was thrown off guard, which I'm like,
Sure.
all right, yeah, that's not a very babyface thing to do. The Hell in a Cell, and this is pure Cody, comes out, knows he's hurt, has the fucking Gorbachev, birthmark all over his chest. Just a mess. All the sympathy in the world, right? Then finally comes back. I want to put a pin in the Royal Rumble very quickly because I want to talk about it at length. I'm sure we both do. But then on Monday, wrestles Finn Balor, and Edge and Beth coming out. It's like, all right, is this the babyface thing to do? Is it evening up the odds because Balor's got his fuck crew out there? It's all right, But then when he does his finisher on Finn Balor 8 fucking times in a row, I'm like, all right, I feel like we're getting back to this place where I'm like, does this guy know what he's doing? Is he a baby face? Is he a heel? It's fascinating because the Royal Rumble, when it comes down to Walter and Cody,
Yeah.
number 1 and number 30, I'm like, Cody's not the fucking baby face in this situation.
Right. And
At all.
I will simply say this. I'm not gonna fucking do was there a second shooter? What the fuck's up with building 7? Okay. This guy, not once ever, has fucking set about some immaculate and fucking complex fucking bullshit. Okay. He fucking is doing what he thinks he's supposed to do. He thinks it's part and parcel to in your mind going like, I'm the fucking shit. Everyone should love me. And at the point that they don't, then it's time to scramble. So like in his mind, it's like, yeah, people are going to love this fucking American Nightmare, going to fucking stomp this dude out 9 times in a row to fucking close it out. That's babyface, baby. I'm a babyface. What are you talking about? Who doesn't love me? That's it. That's it.
It's just, I mean, is it just bad booking? Because him, like Walter being in there, being number 1 and going all the way, being the last guy eliminated, he's the fucking baby face.
Is it Jamie Noble going like, hey man, thinking for this, maybe don't do that many finisher? And it's like, go check the fucking t-shirt sales, dude. I'll talk to you after. I don't know.
I don't know.
The other thing about the Walter thing, that I'm down with it anyway. But now as we hear Brock and Austin are not wrestling, and Triple H is a guy now, so it's like it's time to fucking make Mania with who you have again for the first time in forever. And so this now we're going, okay, so they're going like Walter somebody, we're gonna fucking try to get this guy up, and now you got to fucking start throwing some shit in the pot and make something to eat by fucking April.
Because I loved the Walter representation in the Rumble, in the men's Rumble. When Brock came in, that was hot. He started cleaning house. Them two squaring off, I was like, fuck, man, because they never cashed in on Keith Lee. They had that great interaction. Who's this big motherfucker? That was the moment of that Rumble. Bobby Lashley coming out, looking like $1 million. That interaction with Brock, fucking beautiful. I think the men's Rumble was, bit of a C+. I did not like the finish because, again, look, the Logan Paul Ricochet spot was fucking unbelievable. It didn't make any logical sense, but I'm willing to look the other way because it's just a spectacular spot.
I also think it's funny that like subsequently then people have shown like 4 different other
Oh, wrestlers
couples
doing it.
doing the same. It's like
Uh-huh.
that's all right. Shit happens. It's like no one. They didn't
I-
go like first time ever. Here we go. It was just
Yeah.
like a spot they did. You know.
It's like, you watch wrestling long enough, you're like, the DDT used to be a finishing move. The
Yeah.
vertical suplex was Harley Race's finisher. Okay.
Yeah.
That's so whatever. But imagine if, and I would love that they did this one year, because also it's so because they did the same thing in the women's match. Like Rhea Ripley was number one,
Mm-hmm.
except she won the damn thing. It is strange that they've gotten into this pattern of there's always somebody. It used to be like when Flair came in at number 3 or whatever it was
Right.
in 92. Gorilla, like Heenan was beside himself. And Gorilla said, no one who's ever been in the first 5 or 10 or whatever has been there at the end. Which is also, I mean, it's factually true. It's a dubious claim to be like, look at the record of the last 4, because we've only done this 4 or 5 times.
Right.
But that said, they've made that they've made that not as special because they do it every year. There is always somebody in the first, handful that is there till the end.
Yeah.
But imagine this if they had done, they've never done this, at least that I'm aware of or that I can recall. I'm sure someone will let me know. Oh God, he doesn't remember when this happened. Numbers 1 and 2, have they ever been the last 2 in the ring? Maybe they've done that before, but that would have been a lot cooler with Cody and Walter if they had started it.
Yeah.
And then they were fighting throughout the whole thing. You almost get a new feud out of that, because they didn't do a lot of the spots that I look forward to in the Rumble. Like there was nobody who did a Diesel spot where they clear the ring.
Right.
Yep.
And to your point about this fucking babyface shit, it's like Cody came in at 30.
Yeah,
right?
that ain't.
It's not like he overcame some fucking. He won the Rumble.
He won the Rumble, but again, it's like, how am I cheering for the freshest guy beat the most, the guy who worked the longest?
and then you're cheering for him no matter when he comes in.
I suppose, but one guy worked for an hour, an hour, and the other guy worked for 10 minutes.
I'm kind of curious now too, because as we've talked about how insane Mania, actual WrestleMania tickets and shit have been.
Yeah.
If now, once it becomes clear, because, I think a lot of people, some people are just like, it's WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And the product is hot, right? And the Rumble was big time, but that's also, it's the Rumble. And there's also usually the threat of surprise, which nowadays means, someone who you remember from when you actually watched.
Right.
So I wonder now if maybe the secondary market kind of fucking cools off, and when it's like, oh, it's just going to be WWE guys. So I think I know Roman Reigns.
It's interesting. Because I mean, if Dwayne's off the table, certainly Triple H is off the table. Stone Cold, is he now off the table? Because I mean,
they're saying that our man on the streets, Walter Cronkite of pro wrestling, says he is not wrestling. That doesn't mean he won't, be on the show.
Yeah, he might show up, but yeah.
But he is not wrestling. So at that point, what do you try to get
what do you do?
Try to get Tyrus back from Fox News and NWA, or what other big names are out there?
Rick Boogs.
Boogs is back, baby.
Boogs is back.
I'm happy for Boogie.
That backstage where fucking Elias was just like, oh, fuck this. It was beautiful.
Another dude with just, come on, man. Where's the hair? Get that hair back, Boog.
What happened to the Boog hair? What happened to his partner, Shinsuke Nakamura?
No, so great too at the top when Dominic's like, if you did that in prison, like.
Oh, I watched that. I don't know if we mentioned it on the 0.5 or last week, but I finally watched that Rhea Ripley training Dominic.
Oh yeah,
Vignette. Oh my God, was that hilarious?
Yeah,
That was brilliant.
Yeah, his prison promo also worth checking out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, they're sorting it out with Dominic. It's fun. It's
But
I
there
don't
were
what did they do a follow up on Ray
I
not being
mean,
in the
other
Rumble?
than just to mention that, oh, it's a shame
Yeah.
that he didn't. But that means there's only 29 guys in that Rumble because Ray
Right.
had a spot and never showed up. Right.
Not to go all Joe Henning, Curtis Axel, but Rey Mysterio was never eliminated from that Rumble. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, a 29-man Rumble.
Mm.
No, I was surprised when you said that like Alvarez and whoever was like that's one of the best Rumbles ever. I was like, no, man. The women's Rumble I thought was fucking the tops. I gave the women's Rumble a star. Like, definitely watch that.
Yeah. Women's Rumble was much better than the men's Rumble.
Hell yeah. I mean, Asuka's entrance, debuting her, whatever you want to call it. I don't know that she puts names to the characters or personas, at least in WWE. She hasn't.
Somebody gonna let us know.
I'm sure somebody's going to let us know. Damage Control dominating, I thought was super cool and smart because it's like they are the shit kickers in the women's division.
That's right.
They're the problem makers. They think everything's so goddamn funny.
Yep. And it makes me want to just take a pause. Yeah. You want to acknowledge the damage control when you get the opportunity, man. You can't just, you let it ruminate.
Yeah. So Damage Control, I thought that them dominating was brilliant. I thought it because then it led into when Becky comes in. Now she's kicking ass. Them all brawling because the way that all those eliminations happened, because then once whoever's out, I don't know if it was Io or Dakota first or both, but then then Bailey dumps Becky, then Liv dumps Bailey. I thought Liv looked like $1 million in it. And I loved Becky brawling with the rest of them. Chelsea Green's return was hilarious. It's funny too, as we were talking about, we were just talking about this, because I wrote a lot of Miz and Maurice stuff when I was there. And when she came back, that was my pitch was like, oh, make her the nightmare manager who's like complaining about like his green room isn't correct. This is, this water is room temperature.
The Karen before there was a Karen, and now
right.
Chelsea
and
Green.
Then Chelsea Green was doing that character last night with Adam Pearce or on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, that's funny. We're just talking about that. Also, to digress slightly again, flying back to beautiful sunny Hollyweird. Weirdo Wood. Alexa Bliss was on our flight sitting across from us.
Interesting that she flies with a stuffed animal pillow.
A stuffy unicorn pillow, yeah.
It's like a big ball of, yeah.
And then Maurice was sitting in front of her. And then when we landed, I pulled my shit out of the overhead and my deodorant goes flying out of my bag and lands right in front of Maurice.
Oh.
She didn't fucking help.
Oh.
I had to bend over and pick up my fucking deodorant in front of her like a fucking idiot. Like, oh God, Maurice, just pick up my fucking speed stick. Oh God, I'm such a fucking loser. What else? Nia Jax coming in at 30 was, she sucks, but it was a funny spot because she comes in, talking all sorts of shit. She comes in and then everybody just swarms her and dumps her out. I was like, that's perfect. It's funny and perfect. Shotzi representing. I had my Shotzi shirt on that.
They've got so many women over there. Maybe they need to do an Andrea the Giant Battle Royal this year at Mania.
Andrea, the Lady Giant.
I like.
Oh, I should have meant. I completely spaced out on World Class Homework. I didn't watch anything.
Fuck it.
I was busy this weekend. I don't know if you know,
bro. We went pillar to post, and you know it. I think so. The men's chamber is for the U.S. title. Is that right? Yeah. For
apparently, yeah. That's
okay,
weird.
So, well, no, I don't mind it because then it like.
I'm thinking in terms of. Oh no, go ahead.
No, I mean it just puts it just puts a different spin on it, and you get the opportunity of some of these other guys, and maybe the match is even a little better because it's some of these if Montez Ford wins his match, or obviously we've already got Rollins qualified, right? Last
Rollins
night.
qualified. A Clown is in it.
Well, yeah,
Who else
it's
qualified?
weird he's got to
Fucking.
be in it because he's the fucking. I guess it's the match. It's for the U.S. title.
Oh, they think the sun shines out of his ass. I swear to God.
What? It moves it away from
Gargano.
because now Sammy and Roman will have their match.
Yeah. So you think Sammy and Roman at Elimination Chamber?
That's what it sure seems like. And then so I don't know if there's some sort of tag match that comes out of all of that at Mania itself, while Roman just ships off to Codyville, or what. But it'll be interesting.
I mean, I don't know. Are they going to break up the Usos? Is that even possible?
Who knows? I mean, it could end up being the Usos versus Sammy and Kevin by the time it's all said and done. There's a lot of time.
I mean, there's a match. There's a match.
But I think whatever, it'll be cool. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time wishing and hoping on Sammy and Roman at Mania, because I just think that that's not what they're looking to do.
I mean, definitely not. And certainly not for, I mean, there's no way to do it without it taking away from Cody, because it can't be for the belt, because Cody's got to, is like legally it's legally binding. He's challenging for the belt. He won the Rumble. So that's got to be for the belt at WrestleMania. That's what he won.
No, but it's forever it's been the belt of your choosing. So maybe he should just concentrate on Gunther and leave Roman out of it.
But here's the thing: is can he challenge for both of Roman's belts, or one or the other? Because Roman is a double champion. I mean, he's the unified champion. I mean, so did he unify those belts? Are they inextricably linked?
I don't think so, but more than that, I just don't think they're gonna do both and water it down.
It waters it down
because make a choice, and
because he's the undisputed champion, but he's not the unified. So challenge for one or the other. Does Cody? I don't know if Cody's beating him for the belt, that's got to be on night 2, right?
Right.
And so then if Sammy challenge, I mean, I suppose they could do this if they did Sammy versus Roman, not for any belt, but for, just a blood feud. And then unfortunately, I think Roman has to beat Sammy. You do Roman beats Sammy on night 1, and then and then Cody beats Roman on night 2. But then also that even takes away from Cody, because you're wrestling a guy who fucking wrestled the night before. But that kind of fits in with the Cody Rhodes, I come in at number 30 and I'm still a babyface bullshit.
Well, it's just another, Roman had to fucking do all that on night 1. No wonder if Cody won't, and
yeah.
But
which
also,
doesn't seem to bother them.
Why not let the greatest American hero continue to chase? I think there's probably a school of thought that Cody doesn't win it. That he's got to keep, in some way, shape, or form, he can just keep chasing that fucking blonde-headed idiot.
Well, there was a scenario that made sense to me. If he, well, I don't know. Maybe it'll come back to me. But the most likely scenario seems like Usos versus, Steen and Generico.
Sent this to Carlos. Carlos said it looks like something a Nazi would wear.
100%. That Cody Rhodes shirt looks like that is some fucking Proud Boy bullshit.
Kota Ibushi coming to the Ukraine Culture Center. How about it?
Oh, I didn't know about this.
Big announcement this morning, and it was just yesterday. Joey Janela was like, tomorrow I'm going to make an announcement that's going to be the talk of wrestling for the week, And if I'm wrong, I'll give $500 to anybody who retweets this. And then this morning, one half of the Golden Lovers is announced for Bloodsport and Joey Janela's Spring Break. It's going to be something else, Maddie.
Damn. So who's he wrestling? Do we know?
Ibushi. No matches yet. I think they may have announced one match for something, but generally no matches yet. Just slowly people being announced for things.
So
And,
hard to. So this is for the collective.
The collective, GCW, Ukraine Culture Center. You know
Okay.
the deal, man. It's Gringo show. It's the Big Gay
Sure.
Brunch. It's Spring Break. It's for the culture. Things of this nature. Bloodsport.
Kota Ibushi returns to the ring and makes his GCW debut in Los Angeles.
Interesting.
Okay.
Oh,
So he's on Bloodsport and on Spring Break. I
That's
see.
the announcement. It's interesting though, because there is a DDT show and a DDT times GCW show. And, you know, Kota Ibushi is obviously very well known from DDT. So interesting that at this point, you know, maybe it's like they couldn't afford to have him on all the shows. I don't know. But what I do know, and the thing that keeps me a little worried is, you know,
Oh, well, they're doing GCW versus DDT.
sure. That's what I mean.
Okay.
There's a DDT show, and then there's a DDT times GCW.
I thought
show.
it was just a DDT show.
There is one. There's one of those,
Oh, really?
and then there's a DDT GCW show. Yes, 2 different days.
Okay.
But the concern becomes how many tickets Lauderdale thinks he can sell for that room.
As
now that
many
he's-
as
you know what I mean?
as many as people want. Okay, so they're doing Speedball Mike Bailey versus Vikingo.
Yeah, okay, that's a match that was announced. Definitely.
Wow.
Which one's that on? Is that on Gringo show?
That is on Spring Break.
Spring Break.
I love that this year the Spring Break logo is the it's
Hot Chili Peppers?
Californication, so it's the
Yeah.
Chili Peppers logo.
Yeah, Chili Peppers, dude. Joey Janela right now auditioning Snakes. Not big enough. That's not big enough.
All right.
I think we're going to need a bigger snake.
Oh, hell yeah. Heather Monroe's booked. All right. We got
Or the
Willie,
that's
Willie
for-
Mack. This is the 30th. This is for California Love.
Well, that's the Santino Brothers show.
Okay. This is the Santino Brothers show.
Yeah.
Willie Mack, Bad Dude Tito, Eli
Bad Dude.
Everfly, the Eli Bottom Heavy,
So
Brian
the,
Keith for the culture. All right. Things are shaping up. Things are shaping up, dude.
Also for the Patreon, we got an interview coming with Brian Cage this Thursday. We'll be dropping the machine, the fucking machine, coming off his
And one of
big
the-
match with Brian Danielson.
One of the best matches I've ever seen the man have. Him and Danielson tore it up, and then that promo Danielson cuts afterwards.
He'll be chatting with us on Thursday, man.
Dude. Maki Ito is going to be on the Spring Break. This thing is heating up. All right.
It's getting hot in here.
It's getting real goddamn hot.
Also, Elimination Chamber is the same day as the New Japan show in San Jose.
Say that to me
So-
one more time.
The Elimination Chamber
Mhm.
is the same day as the New Japan show in San Jose.
Well,
So
well.
there's a school of thought we maybe watch the first hour and a half, 2 hours, then make our way over to the building. There's a lot of things to be decided, figured out.
The Yoshihiko is making their way to the collective for the GCW versus DDT show. That is the blow up doll.
Yeah. You first thing you're on your transcontinental flight, you're thinking that it's your life jacket underneath the seat. That's actually this wrestler.
It is, yeah, beloved professional wrestler. Okay, so the
Cornette's
full,
calling the fucking TSA.
Oh,
He's calling
God.
customs. Don't let this person shouldn't be allowed in this country.
so which one of these I guess, are we waiting for cars to shape up, or what are you thinking as far as the collective goes of what
We already
what
have
we
tickets
will-
to every show.
to everything?
Yeah. and then we'll show up for what we need to show up for, and what we don't,
Mhm.
we won't. There's already decisions been made. I mean, we're going to, like, there's the one day we go, I think it's Friday is Ring of Honor, then we go to spring break after, and then the night before that, it's like we go to DDT and then the Super Show, whatever. It's like it's
Mhm.
some of these things in my mind. I mean, we if we have to split up our forces, then that's what we'll do. But I have sort of looked and said, okay, here's a show I'm going to, and here's a show, but we have access to whatever we need to have access to.
Because you wake up Saturday morning, you might want to get some brunch, some
Well,
big
no.
gay brunch.
Well, we also have a ticket to the 9:45 NXT show Saturday morning.
Okay,
What time's the brunch?
11.
Okay. Hey, listen, man.
Hey, man, all things
There's
are possible.
decisions to be made, and there's no wrong decisions come end of March.
What's
in
the
the-
story with this Indie Wrestling Hall of Fame at WrestleCon?
I think they've already done it once before, if I'm not mistaken. And
Yeah.
it's it's a Lauderdale production. They just
It's interesting.
again, obviously, maybe if you go over to his condo or something, he's got a physical, but other than that,
Yeah,
there's no
yeah,
real,
yeah.
there's
remember-
there's no Hall of Fame to visit.
That's right. As always, masks are optional, but unless you're too cold Scorpio, you're going to want to wear your mask the entire time.
Scorpio's back.
He's back, baby.
Where's
Okay,
Grim Reaper
so-
been, man? We haven't seen Grim Reaper in a while.
You know what? He was going to wrestle a match, but then he got high. Speaking of Bloodsport, Timothy Thatcher's going to be there. So this gauntlet, this Bryan Danielson gauntlet is heating up. Fucking Danielson and Thatcher next week?
Thatch
Or this
man
week.
do-
This week.
This week, tomorrow, today.
Brother. Oh, am I even
Um,
going to fucking exist?
Again, as I think I said it last week. That's why I don't mind MJF's gimmick being that he
No.
makes people go through a gauntlet to wrestle him, because okay, that's just what he does.
That's what he
And
does.
it also just creates these matches
Mhm.
that I'm fucking cool with. So I
Because
got no
the second
problem with-
time, yeah. The second time they did it, I was like, oh, they did this before.
yeah.
So now the third time they're doing it, I was like, oh, this is his thing. This is brilliant. And now it's like he's got way more to lose because he's got the belt. I love it. Absolutely
He don't
love
want
it.
to go 60 minutes with the dragon. He don't.
Dude, can you imagine?
No fucking way, bro. There's no fucking way.
How does Carlos feel about MJF?
I think he likes him, but he was negative on the
gauntlet.
the rehashing of the
Yeah.
gauntlet when I spoke to him. But times change, people change. I'll see him later today. Maybe his tune has changed, or maybe he'll double down.
I was thinking about him. We were there was a couple of hot sauces. We were watching Nova on PBS.
Yeah,
And the
getting
dude,
learned.
it's one of the guys from CBS Sunday Morning. You'd recognize him, maybe. One of the kind of the reporters. He does. It's a little more fluff, his stuff,
Mhm. Okay.
and it was just about reactions, chemical reactions.
Huh.
And it was a segment on it was about hot sauces and eating peppers, and he participated in a pepper eating contest. Yeah, madness. And then talks to a scientist about why does your mouth feel like it's on fire when it's clearly not, and just talking about the science behind it. But the whole time I'm just like, oh man, this is what Carlos does to Vince every time he pops by the crib.
No, he only did it once, and
He's
and
like,
it really it came.
Taste this.
I'm still eating one of the sauces that he. So it really turned out good.
Good.
It was
Thank
just
goodness.
a point in the process when he refused to tell me what it was that we had to stop. When it was like, just eat it. No. I need to know what it is.
yeah.
Just try it.
I tell you, of everything we watched last week, the match that I gave 2 stars to, which is my highest rating, which just
Oh.
means watch it right now. I give 1 star means you should watch it. 2 star means watch it right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that was Jay Briscoe versus Jay Lethal. Mark Briscoe versus Jay Lethal, the Jay Briscoe tribute match.
Sure.
Fucking unbelievable. Like the entrances, the match itself, the crowd
Mhm.
reaction, the presentation, the announce team, the after the match with the tribute, everyone on the,
Mhm.
you know,
Did you watch a funeral?
it's no. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
How
You
was
should go
it?
back. You should watch it. I mean,
Yeah,
especially Mark's part. You should
really?
definitely
He
watch it. Yeah.
eulogized him.
Yep. Yep. You
Okay,
should definitely check it out. Um,
it's up on YouTube. They streamed it on YouTube. If anybody's
yeah.
wondering.
Yeah. When I got home on Sunday, I remembered you told me that it was starting
Yeah,
at 10 or whatever. So I clocked in there and checked it out.
I thought it was funny when Mark was going up the ramp and he's hugging all the faces you would assume from Ring of Honor.
Right.
I don't know if you saw like Samoa Joe starts trying to inch in and then Mark, not that he was blowing
No,
up
it's
Joe.
just like a bunch of people.
It was
Yeah.
it was just like they hit the music again and he knew, oh, that's my cue to turn around and
But hey,
but
man,
it's wild.
if that starts a feud, then I'm
great.
down with it. Yeah,
That's
let's
great.
go.
Joe versus Mark. That's great, man. Mark looked fantastic in that match.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can keep it together in a situation like that, but
Um,
what do you think they do with the belts?
I mean, I suppose at the show Mania weekend, he'll pick a partner. I don't think they'll strip him. Because Mark's not done. That's been made clear by
Right.
him. So maybe he picks a partner and then there's a match would be my thought.
I mean, it's
who knows?
interesting. I don't know, because it's. I suppose you don't strip him, but either he, like you said, picks a partner, defends
Yeah.
them. He surrenders the belt,
Mhm.
in
Mhm.
tribute or whatever, or probably the least likely, but also an option, the ROH tag belts get retired.
Yeah, probably not that though.
Probably not.
If they're like starting, they're
Yeah,
like
especially if they're
TV
restarting.
in quotes.
Yeah, they're starting a brand.
But hold on one second. Cool. Very
Oh, is that a
cool.
thing?
That was a thing. I'm sneaking them on you now.
You are.
I see you sneaking.
Who would he tag? Who would Mark Briscoe tag with? Do you think? I see you sneaking. $25. Man, we were down with Austin Gunn before anybody even knew there was an Austin Gunn.
Well, yeah, we discovered him first.
We did.
Well, it's interesting. I don't think this would be it, but you never know. In all of this, Caprice Coleman has been revealed as this like very he did a lot of speaking at the funeral, and it seems like he's like been tight with them. So maybe Caprice, unless the reason he's been doing commentary is he can't wrestle anymore or something. I could see Caprice. I'm just trying to think of people who have that sort of connection. I
history
saw
with
that Sammy and Kevin Owens both flew directly to the funeral from the Rumble. They were
Wow.
there. Chris Jericho's big head was visible. And,
Let me look at this roster, because you got, I mean, in a way, and in a very real way, the ROH roster is the AEW roster, but you got
also for the patrons who are checking this out on Tuesday, I just saw that Angelico is facing off with Takeshita tonight on Dark.
Okay. Okay. Nobody jumps out at me. I mean, because the people that they were just
Papa Briscoe, he looked to be in pretty good shape.
Maybe. The most obvious to me, and it's not obvious in any other way than just FTR was in the feud with them, but why would you tag with one half of a tag team, then the other guy's kind of left out? I mean, there's Claudio, but
he's the champ.
But he's the champ.
Jericho's like, fine, I'll do it.
I mean, maybe. I mean, but again, Samoa Joe is the television champ. I can't believe that they already have too many championships on Ring of Honor
What do they have? A champ, a TV champ, and tag belts, right? Or
and the
they
pure
got
champ and the
pure-
6-man.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
6-man.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Well, hey man, what are you gonna do?
Hey,
Hey man.
we love, because I mean, if you look at the Ring of Honor roster in and of itself, more people have belts than don't have them.
Maybe it's time for Addicted to Love, Rhett Titus.
Might as
Step
well
up.
face it. All right, alumni. This is what I want to look at. Okay, alumni. Adam Pearce. Can you imagine? I don't know. There's Brent Albright. Is he alive?
No, he's alive, but he's
Oh,
not.
he's alive.
He's not working.
He's not working. There's Cabana.
Boom, boom.
Go Cabana.
Yeah. Where the fuck is Cabana? Cabana, like,
He came
maybe,
back for that.
maybe Tony's making a point. Like, he wasn't off of TV because of CM Punk.
Right.
He's just not on TV.
He's here this 1 week though, just to stick it to Phil. But
After
How
that, they'll
about-
look for him.
how about Seth freaking Rollins cutting that promo on fucking
Oh my God.
Phil? Oh,
So funny.
kids, if you didn't see that,
So funny.
who was interviewing him? A
Uh,
podcast or a website or somebody?
yeah, it was because there were other. I saw a longer version that that had like other questions. That was like one of the questions that he asked him.
Yeah.
Where the
God,
fuck?
that was beautiful. I mean,
I can't find it now. But
guy
there was-
asked him, do you think CM Punk should come back?
yeah, to WWE.
And he's like, no, old Phil. No, he shouldn't. I don't like Phil.
No, is that a surprise? Should
He's
I?
like-
am I-
Yeah, he's like, what? Everybody found out he's not a great guy.
he's
Like,
a cancer. They
he's a
found out
can-
over there. We found out over here. Stay away. Find something else to do.
find something else to do. What about Jimmy Jacobs? I'm just looking at somebody with some deep history in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
I don't know that did him and the Briscoes have much interaction?
I mean, other than Jimmy Jacobs hung Jay upside down and he bled out in Chicago. We talked about that at the start of the.
So all's forgiven, man. What a perfect way to go full circle.
No, I think we need to find someone with a Briscoes connection. So maybe our one of the SATs, or maybe Chris Hero needs to fucking get into shape, or we need to, even Christopher Daniels, someone who's down with the clown and is willing to go to the gathering of the Juggalos this year.
What happened to Amazing Red?
He was just wrestling in the last couple of years. We saw him. I don't know.
Because I mean, that's interesting. If you want to go all the way back, the first Ring of Honor match is Jay, seconded by Mark against Amazing Red.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if something happened to him physically, but I know within the last couple of years he was working.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Well, the search continues. It's
something's
interesting.
gonna happen. Something will definitely happen.
Something's gonna happen.
Maybe the dead man.
Oh my God! Should we get into that?
I think we have to get into it.
This fucking. I mean,
We went to
my
the One
God.
Dead Man show on Friday night in San Antonio. Mark Calloway did his one man show, and it was fucking the drizzling shits.
I mean,
No,
this was the worst.
ain't no wonder they make you put your phone in the bag when you come inside, because
You got to put your phone in a bag so no one can tape anything.
it
no
was
one
a
can-
they sprung it on us. I was like, I haven't really seen or heard anything about the previous ones. I was like, I don't know. We were speculating like, oh, I wonder
Yeah.
if he's really planned out or what he does. And the next thing you know, it's like it's an hour and a half of him going like, man, I got so many stories I'm gonna tell you. I love telling stories. It's gonna be like sitting at the bar with me after the match. I'm gonna tell you some stories, and we're gonna tell some stories. One of the best things, one of my most favorite things, is telling some stories. And then you look down, and the show's over, and you're like, I don't think he fucking told us a story. Did he tell one fucking story?
He starts. No,
Go ahead.
go ahead. No,
No,
please hit me with the
you know
and.
I'm hot now. It's like he comes out and he does his like first thing he does after he tells he's going to tell the story. Then he's like, gives you this fucking rah rah thing about like, you know, going from your car to going to doing
Yeah.
them and trying things. You know, the only failure is not try. You know, that kind of shit. And then they immediately go to Q&A, and I'm like, okay, I fucking hate open fucking phone lines. I hate open fucking Q&A, but maybe it's going to force him to fucking actually tell us a story. And initially it kind of did. The guy asked the question about working in gloves. Okay, cool. And a weird question that came out kind of good. Then it's like, what about Randy Orton? Tell us kind of a story about Randy Orton. Okay, cool. And then from that point forward, Michelle McCool shows up for 15 minutes of fucking, it was terrible.
I mean, he starts off, comes out. Of course, the fucking Kid Rock music is playing.
Yeah. One song before, one song to bring him out.
Yeah. He comes out and grabs the mic, and he's just like, San Antonio, what's up?
You
And
know,
I am immediately doubled over in laughter.
yeah.
Starts explaining to us again that you know, I do the Hall of Fame thing, and I come backstage, and everybody's looking at me. They go, "You can talk?" It's like, "Yeah, I can talk." And it's like, did he think we only saw the 1990-91 Undertaker where he just? It's like you cut a fucking 20-minute promo every fucking week.
Yeah. Especially in your leather jacket and your fucking backwards hat. And the other thing, from the jump, right? People are yelling. And he makes the fucking glaring mistake of going like, oh, all right, that's the energy tonight. And then next thing he realizes, oh no, people are going to keep yelling shit at me. And so now I got to fucking try to like do crowd work, which I can't do.
No, this was truly, having done stand-up comedy for so long. As a matter of fact, this summer will be 20 years. God bless me.
Get out.
Get out of town. And every second of it has just been a pure joy.
I was waiting for that.
He has completely lost control of the crowd immediately because he encouraged it.
Right.
Like, that's what I like. Yeah, that's it. All right. I can see that. And you can see him struggling.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most brutal part of it, is watching him with an eye of knowing how to talk into a microphone in front of a group of people who may or may not be shit-faced. He was so fucking nervous, and he's winging it. You know, there were a couple chunks that were clearly pre-planned. Like when he goes into his little TED Talk thing, and he even introduces it like this is the TED Talk portion.
Yeah.
I was sleeping in my car. I was good. And maybe there is going to be a finished product that is polished, and we are just in the early stages of it being workshopped.
Well, if there have been, whatever he said, 8 or 9 of them, maybe they've been able to maybe they can edit it seamlessly.
Yeah. If they can take pieces here and there,
get 90 minutes out of, 20 hours.
Could easily happen, and based against some of the stand-up specials that make it to streamers today, it's like the standards aren't as high as they used to be.
Yeah. You need to watch, excuse me, you need to wear the same thing every time, Mark.
That's right. Just wear the same thing. We'll make it look good.
We'll take it from there.
That's right. And Comedy Dynamics will dub in some laughs, and it'll all be fine. He spent a chunk of time just listing his old gimmick names, where he's just like, I'm going to throw some names at you. Texas Red, Mean Mark Cal. And it's like, man, we are just eating up time.
It's interesting too, because, it's a guy who has like fucking held thousands of people in his hand on the mic, who, has fucking cut promos, knows how to do a thing.
Yeah.
And this isn't that thing. And my other fucking favorite part is when he kind of went straight stand up and was like, I'm gonna try out a new chunk here, new piece called
my God.
Things You Read on the Internet. Man, I saw some article. He's talking about one of these fucking web pages that's got like, more
this is-
ads than content on it.
Right.
And
This is like a headline you click at like the bottom of the Observer.
right.
You
And
know?
he's like, 8 people I love and 8 people I hate. And immediately people start yelling names. And then he's like,
And he acknowledges them like but it's like the two things. One, no one else can hear them but you,
right.
right? And then two, you're stopping your show, you're listening, you're acknowledging this person, and you're encouraging everyone else to be shouting shit.
But more than that, he never delivers on the 8 people he loves and the 8 people he hates.
No.
And he once in a while stops after talking about a person where he doesn't really say whether he loves or hates them and goes, Things You Read on the Internet. He tries to put a button on it. And it's just
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. So starts off with CM Punk, tells the story about, I was just trying to help. I was doing this guy a favor, pulled him aside. Everybody's wearing suits, just trying to, and he's like, well, what about John? He's like, well, you ain't John. Cena wears shorts. You ain't Cena, and it's just like, so everything that we already know happened is what happened. But you're not the bad guy. You were just trying to help him out.
And
Okay.
the big one is when he goes,
Oh my God.
now this one, I wouldn't even really share it in public, but you guys put your phones away in that. But they said that I hit Chris Canyon with a chair really hard because he was gay. And you know what? I hit everybody really hard with a chair because I'm not soft. Okay.
He says
Mark,
it like
what the
that.
fuck does that mean? What
He's
does
like,
that
I
mean,
give it-
Mark?
I give it just the way I expect to get it because I'm not soft. Said it like that.
Yeah. And then he's like, I didn't even know the man was gay until he was dead. Like, it's like, okay, well, what the fuck are you talking about? There's not enough. It was like when we went and saw King Crimson, dude, there wasn't enough substances there for me to fucking enjoy the fucking thing. I'm like, we got to get our phones out of the bag before the rest of these people. And we're out in the middle of fucking nowhere at the Techport fucking venue, whatever
Yeah.
the fuck. We need to get an Uber and get the fuck back to San Antonio.
First of all, rolling up to the place, it was like, oh, this is already a fucking shit show because there's 5 cop cars on every corner of the goddamn building of the parking lot with the fucking lights flashing. And then the security guys are directing you like, nope, you can't pull in here. You have to drive all the way around to the other side of the building. That's where the drop off is. Make an illegal U-turn to get to this fucking thing.
When we came out waiting for our Uber, a fire truck with its lights on just pulls up. There's no emergency happening. They're just like, we heard vehicles are over here with their lights on.
Right.
So we just want to roll through.
Oh, what a fucking mess. So then what are the other highlights? I mean, the Q&A at
I wouldn't
first,
call them
I thought the
highlights.
Q&A was going to be pre-planned because the guy who's emceeing in the crowd with the mic, Big Ben, we got Big Ben out there.
Yeah.
He had a list of names. So
From
I'm
the
like,
VIP.
okay, these are the VIP people. These are people who paid like $300 to ask the Undertaker a question. And of course, they've run the questions by Undertaker beforehand. In my mind, I'm like, well, of course you're going to voir dire the fucking questions. These fucks. I mean, the first one, the guy, oh, I got a package outside. Ooh, FedEx.
They're going to snatch it, dude. You better get out there.
Do you want to vamp for a second? Tell them about the fucking tell them about the fucking the Randy Orton question.
Okay, well, let's stop talking about Undertaker. I'm vamping. Go.
But we haven't even talked about Michelle McCool yet.
Yeah, please.
She thinks she is fucking Miss America. Oh my God.
It made me miss Jeff Hardy's wife. Christ on a crutch. Yeah, it's no good, man. The Undertaker One Dead Man show. Thank God we bought a cheap seat for that thing, but we got the fuck out of there before it was over. Because there did not seem to be any sign of it improving in any way. And we thought better of it to get back to the Whataburger back down by the old hotel ski there. And call it a night. But I would not endorse the Mean Mark show whatsoever. Here comes Maddie now. Maddie, what happened? Oh, don't. Yep, put that away now. What do we got there? Some screeners?
This is from Shout Factory. Oh, this is a Jackie Chan thing that they were promoting, and then they were reaching out. They were like, "Hey, did you get it yet? You know, what do you think you're gonna put this video up?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Let me check with my wife." I'm like, "There ain't no package at my house. Did you send it in my PO box?" And then on Monday, I went by the PO box. I was like, "There ain't shit." And they're like, "Oh, there was a problem with the ship. They didn't send it to anybody." Because this was on like January 20th, and they're like, "We're doing a Jackie Chan-a-thon on Saturday, the 28th." And I'm like, "Well, good luck promoting that, because I ain't got shit to use to promote it."
Ugly bitch.
Fucking ugly bitch. You didn't start making it yet.
All right, now let's not give them any more pub here, please. Shout Factory, my God.
Ooh, look at this. The
check?
Jackie Clan collection. Jackie Chan.
Clan.
The Jackie Chan collection, 1976 to 1982. Holy shit.
Holy guacamole. Well,
Holy
I'm here to tell you,
guacamole. These are some fucking quality films got here on Blu-ray right now. 1080p. Fuck my dick. Fuck my dick.
No.
Anywho, so
but it's
then,
a great time to be a wrestling fan, and it's a great time to be alive. And we went down to WrestleCon. They had a big WrestleCon event, didn't they, Maddie? It was a pop-up.
brother.
Big pop-up.
WrestleCon was a fucking shit show too. I don't know what happened in San Jose. Fucking Undertaker was a
San
shit
Antonio.
show. What did I say? San Jose? San Antonio.
You're getting ahead of yourself.
Holy shit, dude.
We met Arn again. We got down with Arn, kicked it a little bit. He tried to no-sell me on the recipe for the KFC coleslaw and hot dogs, but we got it out of him. Very friendly, very nice, very effusive.
He stood up to say hello to us. He was you got that picture. Send me that picture.
Didn't I send it to you?
I don't know that you did.
Man, now see, that's not cool.
I feel like you didn't. I feel like if I had a picture of me and Arn Anderson, I'd be looking at it.
The patrons got it. The patrons got it right away.
Oh, the patrons got it. Oh, well, Matty McC ain't got shit.
Yeah, Arn's table wasn't super busy, so he was happy to stand up and hang out with us a little bit. So that was fun.
There it is. Thank you.
And,
good. And nobody's smiling. I can't believe Vince is smiling almost more than anybody.
No, I wouldn't say that at all.
Almost.
I got them little caterpillars under my eyeballs, man. I need to get some cucumber slices going.
I mean, you take a picture with Arn Anderson, you know nobody's smiling.
Man, I got my fucking.
Arn could clip his fingernails. He could stand to, just.
I got my Das Bootleg First Blood shirt on that McCarthy tried to ruin for me. He's like, "Is it me or does that guy look like James Woods on that shirt?" It's like motherfucker.
Like, Vince, I don't want to ruin this shirt for you, but
that's Stallone, bro. That is Stallone. You need to stop with your fucking campaign.
Looks like Rhode Island's second favorite son, James Woods.
Please.
Oh, you know what? This picture's real good. We got Ron Simmons Hall of Fame.
Your Ron Simmons Hall of Fame.
Ron Simmons Hall of Fame ring in the background.
Oh. Lucky us. Yeah, the WrestleCon pop-up, it was free to get in, and there was just a big, gigantic line to enter this little room that they had reserved.
It ran through the entire mall, it felt
and
like.
Outside. And then we find out that that's actually Sting's line, and that there was another line that was still pretty long for the general, which got you into everybody else. And there's a chance that Sting is still sitting there unless he walked, because that line was fucking long as shit.
I mean, I forgot to follow up on Twitter or anywhere. Did they wind up getting Sting's autographs, those people? You think?
Which people? Oh, the people in the line? I mean, if I would imagine that after they tweeted that thing that was like, if you're not here in line now, like, don't come. That means that they were like, okay, Sting, here's what's up. Here's what we have. Like, because I feel like you would have seen some, or I would have seen something by now that was like calling out fucking bullshit.
Okay,
know?
I see 5 hours ago. Thank you, Sting, for showing support for the local school. Okay, no, this is not this is not from WrestleCon. And WrestleCon, students of hybrid at WrestleCon in Texas this past Saturday. This tweet, second time having the absolute distinct honor of meeting the man in my personal Mount Rushmore of pro wrestling. I didn't have the words then, and I don't have them now. Thank you, Sting, for everything.
And I'm proud to take a Stinger splash, because at least I know it's Sting.
And put the scorpion deathlock on me, and I hope I really hurt.
And I cannot stand up afterwards, because Sting fucking tore my ACL.
Oh, so what's the deal? Fucking Hulk Hogan can't feel his legs?
That's what I heard, brother.
Is this
That's what the real Kurt Angle said. That he talked to Hulkster, and after this most recent surgery, he cannot feel his legs, which it's he obviously walks around with a cane, but you would think the inability to feel your legs would mean, but again, I think what we need to look at, and I'm not saying that Hulk Hogan hasn't continues to suffer, but if Hogan told him, then like, because you're going like, if you can't, at that point, that means you are in a wheelchair or whatever, right? Because if you can't feel, then how do you walk?
Right. Like you can't, like,
or is he just saying like it's numb? You have he still has mobility, but like you can, but maybe Nick can pinch him and he doesn't feel it or something. Little pinch.
Right. It makes no sense because I'm like, look, the X factor is it's Hulk Hogan talking. Right. The other fact of it is the guy used to drop 300 pounds on his fucking tailbone and hips every fucking night of the week for a decade. So yeah, no, I could, like, he's fucked up. He's in bad fucking shape. Hips, legs, back, knees, the whole nine. He's fucked.
Sure.
But is Hogan full of shit like he always is? Did Kurt Angle not explain himself exactly right? Because at first when I read the transcript of what Angle said, I was like, does he mean to say like Hogan after surgery couldn't feel his legs and then got the feeling back? Or because the idea that someone is walking around even with a cane,
right,
and cannot feel their lower extremities, but can, like, I can't feel them, but I can move them. That's, I mean, perhaps that's the case. I don't get it. I don't understand.
Yeah,
Hulk. Just one more, link in the chain of lies. Okay, I put Sting and WrestleCon into Twitter, into the search, and it happened. He took pictures. Sting did not stand up for anybody. Sting did not stand up for any pictures.
Yeah, you got that line, dude. You're not going up and down. You're not going up and down.
Just sitting here. I like to think that this thing kept moving. I doubt any of these autographs were personalized. I think he was just sitting there, wrote Sting, we're moving this line. We're keeping this line moving.
Because I think there were also mail-ins. So he probably also had to like hang out and do a bunch of other shit too,
And I'm proud to be Steve Borden, and I'm sitting in this chair, and I need a can of shoe polish to rub right in my hair, and I'll gladly Sting, splash, scorpion deathlock, paint my face today. Because there ain't no doubt that I am Sting. I don't hate Chris Kanyon for being gay.
Woo, ooh, Big Matty, what you gonna do now? Come on, big week of wrestling. We got it. You,
I don't know
you
who
want
this.
it. You
I
got
don't
it.
know I don't know who this fuck is. Now that I'm looking at Twitter, listen to this. Because on Monday I tweeted, Baron Corbin versus Johnny Gargano was a classic WWE mistake because they act like Johnny is the underdog and Corbin is the favorite. When in reality, we all know Gargano is 1,000 times better than Corbin, and Corbin just sucks a high hard one. It's hard to suspend that disbelief. And a couple people that follow me replied, and da 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 da. Some of the replies from people I don't fucking know. I mean, this one, except it's a show about a sport and they play fictional characters. Gargano is tiny compared to Corbin. I understand your point, and I understand the mentality that they use when they book wrestling. This guy, I just noticed this. They're both schmucks. They're not on the level of Shawn Michaels or Jeff Hardy.
Agreed. I think I was saying to you too at the Rumble, I was like, it's interesting that there are guys like Corbin, and I know I can't think of who the other
Elias was the other one.
Elias, where it's like they know that it's not heat. It's like the person is just disliked by the audience,
right? That the crowd is not into
it. And they utilize it that way. It's just so weird.
Yeah. Well, it's I mean, when you have somebody that everybody thinks is a jerk and you treat them like a jerk, there is something satisfying about that.
I guess. But, and it is that thing of like,
and I'm not saying Corbin or Elias are jerks. I'm just using that word as an example. It's just like,
well, the way that's how they're on the show. And
right.
And there's no, and again, times change and things change and whatever, but like you can't point to someone like that, even in the 90s, where it's like, oh, they have this person on the show that everyone just thinks sucks, but they just run them out there, and they also acknowledge.
I mean, like, the closest would be like a Brooklyn Brawler or a Gilbert,
but that's not a person that's not someone who came out weekly on TV.
No, and also they were presented as a joke. Like half the time Corbin is presented like, oh, here he comes, here's Corbin.
Well, we're putting with JBL.
Right. Like, oh, that'll get him some heat. I still don't understand the thinking of putting him with JBL of like, this is the thing that's gonna click, or I don't even know what.
Yeah.
He needs a heater. It's like, what? I don't know. But at least with Elias, the talking segments, or when he plays a song and is making fun of the local sports team, it's like, all right, But
yeah,
eventually he's got to wrestle. But then the whole Ezekiel thing was just a fucking.
That's
the other thing. That's the other thing I was upset that they didn't do in the Rumble. Have Elias come in about number 4 or 5, and then number 21 or 20, Ezekiel comes in. Like have him go in the back, shave, and go out as Ezekiel, right?
Zeke.
That would have been.
He'd have to cut his hair too, though. And then bring back Zeke,
and then bring back Zeke for a few weeks
because Elias was so devastated that he got eliminated so quickly, or whatever, that he's like, "I'm out of here."
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
You know what? This is why they need me in the room.
That's why they need Maddie McC in the place to be. Now, on that note, give me a second.
Okay.
Booyah Tribe. Second at Lollapalooza, second stage.
Ice Cube on the second stage right now. Ice Cube, Lollapalooza fans.
Yep.
What else did I want to talk about?
It's a beautiful thing, man, and we had quite a fun time down there in San Antonio, had a nice chicken fried steak, and just enjoyed ourselves on the River Walk. Loud, boisterous. It's like half New Orleans, half I don't know what the fuck. We're 9 floors up in a hotel. You can still hear people partying all night.
I know. I had no idea. I mean, I guess I assume every city has, bars and places where people drink, but I didn't know that right there in the heart of San Antonio was like, they're like, hey, it's kind of like New Orleans. You can just
a collection.
Yeah, just walk around with your fucking shit open. Just
But if
drink
you're-
right there.
But if you got your kids, we also got a Rainforest Cafe.
Right. There is that
Just in
Vegas
case.
thing of like, it's for hookers and families.
Sex workers, yes.
Excuse me.
For everyone.
It's for everyone. It's for, you can pay for sex and also a carnival ride.
If you got money, you want to make money, you want to spend
Yeah.
money.
You want to spend, buy whatever you want. You can buy, Power Rangers for the kids, but
If
also
you're not actively hurting someone at that moment, it's legal.
That's right. That's right. Ah, Jesus H. Christ.
Yeah, and that's why we do this, Maddie, because we have to. Court ordered. It's mandated. Every
That's right.
Tuesday, we got to record it.
Indeed.
Put it out on Wednesdays. Love
Okay,
each
so
other.
what's coming
Love
up this? I love you.
I love you.
So what's coming up this weekend? Anything?
This weekend, I think we.
I mean,
actually
when
got
we
one
were-
off. I think they're actually giving us one off.
Oh God, we can actually have some time to ourselves with the family.
I'm
God.
sure there's something. There's like a fucking AAA show or something, probably, but who knows? Something over there in New Japan. Who knows?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. No, there's nothing. I'm doing. I got
What
my
are
blood
you
draw.
doing?
Well, I got my blood draw
draw.
this week. Again, they're taking my blood drawn. They're drawing
Yeah.
my blood out, and then the New Japan pay-per-view that I have in my calendar here is until Feb 11. So that's in 2 weeks. Which one's that one? That must be a. Is that Dominion?
Well, I don't know if this is on. I'm not sure if these are on New Japan World. I assume they are, but they're new beginning in Sapporo is on the 4th and 5th, which is this Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
There's
So
also
so that's New Beginning in Osaka.
is what, the one on the 11th?
Right. The reason I marked that one down is because that's Okada versus Shingo.
Right.
So that was like, okay, I want to fucking watch that match.
And then there's also New Japan Tamashi in Sydney, Australia on Friday. So
Okay. Because I don't know that. I mean, of course there's been wrestling happening since the start of the year, but yeah, I mean the
there's a guy on this show, the
Uh-huh.
Australian show named Michael Richards.
oh, interesting.
Check your boy out.
Oh, all right. I'm down with Michael Richards.
He
All right.
looks. Is that did Cole Radrick shave his head?
He looks how I feel.
You know, you look how I feel right now.
I didn't watch this.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so they did Shingo versus Great Khan in a MMA rules match. Did you watch any of that?
No.
Okay, that was the new beginning in Nagoya.
Mm.
That was on the 22nd. Okay.
Okay.
I can't do it. I can't hit that note.
Hey, listen, man. That's all right.
Okay, so all right, so this weekend, New Beginning in Sapporo. I can get down with those.
As long as it's on New Japan World. Who knows?
I hope it is.
Hard to say if
mean,
it
why
is or
wouldn't
it
it be?
isn't.
Why wouldn't it be?
Mm.
Get in your tag matches. Okay, so they're doing Tai Chi versus Will Ospreay,
Main event anywhere.
Shooter versus Naito.
Okay.
Okay, so that I gotta watch, and then
Naito down, Shota up.
then the next night, Hiromu versus Yo. I'm down for that, and then Zack Sabre Jr. versus Tomohiro Ishii.
Ooh.
Okay. All right, I know what I'm doing this weekend.
That one was we saw that one in Long Beach.
Is that one of the Long Beach ones?
There's one I remember a match of theirs that we saw in person out here that like there was like a spot where one of them, I think it was Ishii, was trying to get to the ropes. Fucking incredible. But the
Oh,
whole match. I think
yes.
it was in the pyramid. think that was.
Was
the
it Kenny
OG.
versus Ishii in the
No.
pyramid?
I think it was. The match I'm thinking of. It was Saber and Ishii.
Saber and Ishii.
Yeah.
That almost sounds like a G1 match.
Oh no, it wasn't Dallas. When we
No,
went to Dallas for the old G1.
I remember whoever Ishii wrestled at in the pyramid. It was like, Jesus fucking Christ, man, fucking
Yeah.
wrestling, baby.
Wrestling, man. Yeah.
Okay, so then the new beginning in Osaka, and then after that, Battle in the Valley, baby.
Yep.
San
We'll see you up in
Jose.
San Jose, man. Gonna be a big old fucking party because Carlos and Mike Avila are coming.
Oh
So it's gonna
man,
fucking
do
turn
you
out
know
to be
the
a big
way
old
to San
party.
Jose? I guess I'll have to hop on drums and I'll play drums, and then
I guess, maybe Meltzer will want to meet up. We'll have to see what Dave's schedule is.
you know what? Maybe you, me, Dave, Garrett will just go by the crib. Just everybody grab 5 or 6 tubs of VHS tapes.
Oh, now you're talking about stealing from Dave.
I'm talking about saving Dave from himself.
Dave does what Dave wants to do. It's his personal property.
Dave,
We have to leave Dave alone to do what he wants to do. That's his right.
what are you doing, Dave? I'd like to be the voice in his head every time he walks into the garage. The tapes just start talking. What are you doing, Dave? Take me out of this box, Dave. Fast forward me to the end of the tape and let me rewind to the beginning before you press play, Dave. Check for mold, Dave.
Throw it all in the ocean, I say.
I'm sorry, Dave. I can't do that. Brian. Brian's gone, Dave.
A lot of this is just Little House on the Prairie. Everyone's so worried. I hate to break it to you, but 2 of these tubs, it's Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, a big Michael Landon fan. When he passed away, I was devastated. I almost wrote it up in the Observer.
Fucking A, man.
Fucking A. What time is it? Okay, Jesus Christ.
Ooh.
Do we need to do one more, or are we going right into the end?
What do you mean one more?
Ad.
Oh, no, we're out.
Okay, good. Who's your favorite wrestler?
Asuka.
Oh, wow, huh?
Yeah, Asuka's fucking great, man.
She's
so
fucking
good.
unbelievable.
She's so good.
Yeah.
I wish, I hope that she comes out of the Elimination Chamber and faces Bianca Belair at Mania. That would be my hope.
Hell yeah.
She is fucking great. Everything she does is great.
No, everything
And-
she does is great. The presentation's unbelievable. She gets in the ring and it's just fucking fire. She killed everybody in that match. That finish, that sequence in, the 3 of them going at it was just fucking fierce. And I love that Liv Morgan is in the mix because she always should have been. And then it felt a little, especially when McMahon was around, a little start-stop. Same with fucking Asuka. Like, he couldn't deny she was moving merch and people were reacting. But it's like McMahon didn't get Asuka
right
at
Of course not.
all.
Of course
My
not.
God.
Well, he's the guy who was like, he's like, men are into Asian women. You remember that was like,
my God, so embarrassing. So embarrassing. He wanted to push Nia Jax over fucking Asuka. So but that sequence where then they're on the rope and then Asuka, sprays the blue mist, Rhea Duck hits Liv, dumps down Asuka, but then that talk about a baby face fucking moment. Liv's got the mist in her fucking face, and then she starts fighting blind. She's looking for Rhea. Man, I was on the edge of my fucking seat. That was beautiful. What a fucking sequence. And then like fighting over and then trying to get her and then does the goddamn gimmick with the legs and drops her out. Man, fucking unbelievable.
Yeah. Who's your favorite wrestler, man?
Well, that all said, I got to go Rhea Ripley.
What?
I loved it. She was fantastic in the match. She's been fantastic, in those Judgment Day segments. I loved her promo on Monday because it's like, there's your story.
Yeah.
You know what? Shout out to long-term booking guy.
Yeah. I mean, her and Charlotte will be really good.
That'll be really good. And there's a payoff to, at the time feeling like, God damn it, of course they're going for fucking Charlotte again and putting her over this young talent and blah, blah, blah. But without the follow, because with WWE, you typically wouldn't get the follow-up with McMahon. It's just like, goddamn, nobody fucking remembers that, pal. And then you get the turnaround. Rhea fucking reinvents it. So it's very similar to Naito, that Naito story, or even Okada, really. Because you think Okada got all the way to the place, couldn't beat Tanahashi, and then comes back again. Like when Okada's getting carried away from that ring and he's in tears.
Yeah.
Like that's a fucking moment where you're like, I can't wait for the follow-up.
Right. Yeah.
And so now, and then to even address it in that promo where she's like, somehow Charlotte's always in the main event picture. She's always in the title picture.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah. So I'm loving it. I think it's great. And there you go. Where can the kids find you online?
At Vince Averill on Twitter, Vince.Averill on Instagram, Monday Night Beers Podcast.
And there's your old pal, Matt McCarthy. Follow me on all forms of social media at McCarthy Redhead. We're at 120,000 followers on TikTok. Get into it. Ooh. Oh, and God damn it, I keep forgetting to mention this. I'm on Cameo now. You can book me for a cameo. A lot of you have already reached out. It's been super cool. Just look for me on Cameo. I got, my link tree with all my fucking if you follow me anywhere on social, you can find the link in that whole gimmick. But yeah, hit me up on Cameo. It's $25. I see you sneaking. $25. $25. And then watch it with Matt and Glennis. Fridays, wherever you podcast. We haven't watched a movie yet this week, but
it's coming.
But it's coming.
Patreon patrons. We got a couple this week. Rob Hoffman.
Oh, yeah. Be a man. Be a Hoffman.
And not that Matt.
Oh, but you are that Matt. You're not that Matt, but you are that Matt. That's for sure. Yeah, pal.
Peace and love. Peace and love. We'll see you for the Q&A a little bit later this week, along with the Brian Cage interview.
Bye-bye.
Bye.